joining me for Veg with Lisa Live, where I'm attempting to do an Irish jig, but I'm afraid I'm not doing it very well. Erin, go Bragh. Yes? Today on Veg with Lisa Live, I'm going to show you how to cook up some really awesome, cool, contemporary, Irish-ish food using traditional Irish ingredients with a modern spin. So thank you for being here. If you're joining me, please say hi so I know that you're on. Type in the comments and I can say hi to you too. Hi, Susan. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I am Lisa Murphy. Hello. I'm half Irish. My dad's great-grandfather came from Ireland, and my partner, Rob, his mother is Irish, right? Like directly from Ireland herself. And I'll tell you a little secret. Rob's mom and my relatives all came from the same county. So I think that makes Rob and I kissing cousins. Hi, Mildred. Oh my gosh, we've got Wales represented too. Shlancha. Yes, indeed. We'll get to that, Rob. Ellie, top of the morning to you too. Ellie, you're Irish, aren't you? When Ellie's Irish eyes are smiling. Okay, but we have a lot to cover today, so we had better get busy. Today I'm going to cook up some potato leek soup, and I've also already made some Irish soda bread that I'm so excited to show you. It smells amazing coming out of the oven. Okay, so first, potato leek soup. What about leeks? Like, right? A lot of times we see these things in the market and we don't really know what to do with them. I mean, it kind of does look like an alien or something, right? So I thought this would be a really cool opportunity to show you how to use leeks. Because guess what? They're really good for you. They're a memory. Ellie's 16% Irish. That counts, Ellie. Leeks are really good for you. Like all alliums, they're a member of the allium family, which is like an onion. They can be used interchangeably. They have a much milder flavor. They're really high in antioxidants. They're good for your bone health. They're good for your eyes. Like I bet you didn't know that. Yeah. So it's worth checking these babies out. If you don't like onions or the strong flavor of onions, this might be a way to go. So let's get started. Let me turn you down here and show you how I prep my leeks for my potato leek soup. Oh, where's my good knife? Here we go. You need a sharp knife for this. Don't you love my getup? Rob's mom, Maeve, sent all of this fantastic St. Patrick's Day stuff for me. Thanks, Maeve. So leeks grow in the dirt like this, often in very sandy soil. So the first thing you want to do is chop that stuff off. That's the root. That's where it went into the dirt. Know where your food came from, people. Okay, and then you can throw that in your compost. Then, you know what, the other thing we want to use when we cook with leeks, we use about up to here, about to this light green part. This part would be tough and chewy, leathery. We don't want to do that. So I would normally just chop that off, and you can throw that in your compost pile too. Then, because these are often going to be down in the dirt with the sand, you want to chop them in rings like this. And then you need to be really curious and be an investigator. And, oh yeah, a lot of times, can you see that? You probably can't see that on this camera, but a lot of times there will be dirt and sand stuck in there. So you don't want that in your soup. That's kind of gritty, right? A little bit wouldn't kill you, but you know, you don't want anybody biting into a big piece of mud or a worm. That would be a good sign though, because that would tell you they're organic. So what I do is I slice them all in rings like this, my leeks, and then I would, not now, I'm not going to subject you to that, but I would take it to the sink and run them under cold running water and just wash them like this with my hands so that all the yucky stuff goes away. Easy peasy, that's what you do with leeks. You got no excuse now, Ellie. Okay, so I've already got some leeks and garlic sauteing in my awesome Irish green pot, yes. And because this is potato leek soup, I've already, if you're joining, say hi so I know you're here. Type in the comments. I've already cut some potatoes in half. So if you are a gardener, you know that it's time to plant your potatoes next week on St. Patrick's Day. That's when St. Patrick blesses the soil and you'll have a great potato crop. If you're not a gardener, I bought these at Trader Joe's. They're organic. They came in a brown paper bag. That was pretty cool. So I'm going to throw my potatoes in my Irish green pot. Better get the heat going here again. This soup is so easy. Add some water, yep, and a bit of Celtic, or, well, I think Welsh is considered Celtic, isn't it, Mildred? Sea salt, yep. Now, I hear some of you saying, what about all that sodium? Yeah, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. The American Heart Association recommends that we get no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium in our diet. However, I challenge you, I challenge a lot of us that the salt that we're getting, the excess sodium we're getting in our diet is not that little teaspoon. Emily made it. Hi, Emily. The sodium, the problem that is not the sodium, that the salt that you're putting in a little bit of soup. The problem is the sodium that's in all of your processed food. Did you know that a Big Mac has like 960 milligrams of sodium? Okay? There's not going to be 960 milligrams of sodium in the soup, right? It's the processed foods that get us, right? Okay, so I got my potatoes in the pot with my leeks and my garlic and some water. While that cooks, I'm going to show you what I think is the piece de resistance. Oops, that's French. Look at these loaves I made. Look at these beautiful loaves of Irish soda bread. So this is super, super cool. I used to make this. I hadn't made it in a long time. My mom makes all of her own bread, but I hadn't made Irish soda bread in a while, and I couldn't really remember how it was going to go. And so I came down just before the show to whip this together. Well, I was hoping I was going to whip it together. And I took them out of the oven, and I went and I presented them to Rob, my Irish boyfriend, and he goes, "How'd you do that?" And I said, "Well, I just made them. This couldn't have been any easier. Like, check this out. It took no time at all." So Irish soda bread is traditionally made with 4 ingredients. Flour. I use part spelt flour because I like to get a little bit more protein and a little bit more fiber, but you could use all white flour. You could use half whole wheat flour, pastry flour, whatever. I use half white wheat flour, unbleached, and half whole spelt flour. Then the second ingredient is soda, baking soda. So Irish soda bread does not use yeast. It's a quick bread. Flour, baking soda, salt, a little bit of salt again, and the fourth ingredient is traditionally buttermilk. Now, we eat mostly plant-based in this house, and we don't use a lot of dairy, so I simply used my favorite non-dairy milk that I soured with a tablespoon of vinegar. Super, super simple. 4 ingredients. Check this out, how beautiful this is when you slice into this. Oh, I love that crunchy crust. Look at this amazing bread. Isn't that beautiful? Now, there's a lot of, hi, Jeff. There's a lot of controversy on the internet about if raisins are traditional. Some people like to use currants. Honestly, I would prefer golden raisins. That would be my favorite in this, but they didn't have them at the store, and we do what we can do, right? We keep it simple. Also, there's no sugar in this bread. Hey, Sid, good to see you. So I think that it's perfectly fine to have some dried fruit in there to give it just a little bit of sweetness, right? Okay, so we are going to come back to that beautiful Irish soda bread. And now, oh my gosh, my potatoes are bubbling away. Simply water. Yeah, simply water so far. And I'm going to finish this off offline because I don't want to bore you. But we are going to add some non-dairy milk to the soup to finish it off. I like to use, wow, that's going crazy. I like to use coconut milk sometimes in this. I had it today, so I wanted to show it to you because I think there's some really interesting stuff we can talk about with coconut milk as well. So, coconut milk became kind of trendy, as did a lot of coconut products a while ago. You know what? They're fine in moderation. It's not a health food. It's not a health food, really, really high in saturated fat. This is the reduced fat kind of coconut milk. And actually, by the way, and I am no way affiliated with Trader Joe's, but this is one of my favorite brands, and I'll tell you why, because the ingredients are water and organic coconut. That's it, nothing else. None of those fillers, those emulsifiers, nothing else. But here is the other news that you need to know. Saturated fat. 1 cup of this has 24 grams of saturated fat. That's a lot. We're not supposed to have very much in a day, and I can't remember how much. I think it's like 12 to 16 grams of saturated fat total per day, so that's a lot. This is another common brand that you'll see. This Thai Kitchen, this coconut milk. This is why I'm not, let's see, where are the ingredients on this? Oh yeah, no, okay. So this is the other thing. Some of these coconut milks will have fillers and thickeners. So this one has organic coconut, water, and guar gum. There's a lot of controversy about guar gum, if it's good for you, if it's not good for you. It's a natural product, but I just prefer, if I can buy something without something that I'm not really certain about, why not go for that, right? But this is the full fat coconut milk per cup. This has 55 grams of saturated fat. That's a lot. Now, you wouldn't guzzle a whole cup of this, but you get my point. So sometimes what I do when I'm making anything with coconut oil, whether it's the soup or a coconut curry, is I use half and half. I use like half coconut milk and half almond milk or cashew milk or something like that. Be careful with macadamia nut milk. Even the unsweetened ones, it can be really, really sweet. And like Rob says, it kind of smells and tastes like cake, white cake, when you're using macadamia nut milk to cook with. Okay, so anyway, let's see, what should we throw in here? Let's throw in this coconut milk. I'll just take this off the heat. So I've got this really pretty hot pad that Maeve gave me. Thanks again, Maeve. That was super cool of you. And I'm gonna add this coconut milk to the soup. Yep. And then we would stir this up actually. I've got a spoon here. I'm just going to stir this coconut milk into here. You often do coconut milk off the heat or a really, really low heat. Oh, yeah, that's a good question, Ellie. I'll let Rob know that you want to meet him online sometime. He's always welcome to come make a guest appearance if he's watching. So stir that in off the heat. Yep. And then I love, this time of year, I love to be as seasonal as possible. Fresh spring herbs. So dill goes really, really well with potatoes, as does parsley. And I've also got some cilantro. So I'm going to toss you know what? I'm getting myself out of order. First, what I would do is use my favorite, Ellie, hang on to your hat. That was anticlimactic. My favorite kitchen tool must have died. It's not working. I just used it to make the other pot. This is, there we go. Oh, there we go. I was pushing the wrong button. This is an immersion blender. It's my favorite kitchen tool. So it is great to puree this soup. Oh, luck of the Irish. Murphy's Law. Yeah. So I will absolutely spare you that. But I would puree that. Then I would toss the herbs in. And then I would go, I don't know, Emily, would you like this? Then I would puree it some more so that it's got all these flecks of beautiful Ireland in your soup. Okay, now fortunately, I've already made one of these. I think it's pretty funny that my big soup pots are both orange and green, the colors of the Irish flag. Sorry, Maeve. If you don't know, orange is the English side of Ireland and green is Ireland. So anyway, I thought it was kind of funny I had all this orange and green. But look at this. How beautiful, how beautiful. Now, sisters, no fighting on my show. So I have got leeks, a little bit of garlic, water, and my potatoes, and I simmered a little bit of salt. Then I added a can of coconut milk. You could use any kind of non-dairy milk. Pureed it. Yes. Hi, Laura. Oh my gosh, there's another Irish friend popping on. Pureed it, added a handful of fresh spring herbs. It smells amazing. I pureed it again. Now let me show you what this all looks like when it comes together. It's a little bit crazy in here today. This is super beautiful. Okay, so Irish soda bread would traditionally be slathered with butter. And this is plant-based butter. You could use real butter, of course, if you like. And, you know, you've heard me talk about this on the show. A lot of times I think that perhaps just good old organic real butter might be healthier than some of the non-dairy versions. But just FYI. And then let's get some of this beautiful potato leek soup in here. Oh my gosh, so thick and so creamy, and not an ounce of cream in here. A little bit of coconut milk or your favorite non-dairy milk. Sprinkle a few more fresh green spring herbs. A lot of dill is so great with potatoes. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this beautiful? I'm gonna have a bite. I'm gonna tell. Whoa, Ellie, hold on to your It's a leprechaun. Oh my gosh. Rob, say hi.
Hello. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Just in case you didn't think this was live, some might actually call this improvising. Oh my gosh. Rob, I almost forgot the best part. Oh my God, I'm out of control and I haven't even cracked this open yet. I'm gonna have to crack this can of Murphy's Irish Stout. Rob, they're saying it was a celebrity appearance. Yeah, you could do Guinness if you wanted, but as Rob would say, Schlancha. Erin, go Bragh. If you're not having this much fun in the kitchen, we need to talk, because eating healthily, having fun with your food, right? Life is too short. So if you don't know what to do, or if you get stuck, reach out. It's amazing. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Thanks for watching Veg with Lisa Live. See you next week.